black players, and of course that white stockings. This is the FUFA Women Super League, the second edition, since of course getting those new naming rights of the FUFA Women Super League. But of course it was named the FUFA Women Elite League some years back, and last year it was renamed as the FUFA Women Super League. Shiko Press playing from right to left, and Kampala Queens playing from left to right in your screen. That is right in here, and it's for team Kampala Queens for you. Taken away by Nandede. Sweet play here by Nasongo. Back onto Nasongo for She Corporates FC. Battling it out in the center of the park. Ball taken away by Wilfred Akwatulira. 1 minute played at the IUIU in Kaboja. The home grounds here for the home team Kampala Queens for you in the FUFA Women's Super League. Naluja plays the ball back. Ball taken away by Nasongo. Tries to look for number Tia. That is team She Corporates for you. Number Tia again. Launches a long ball here. Looks on to Nasongo with a fine ball. That was too much here. That was a team Susan. A player for She Corporates FC. The FUFA Women Super League, Kampala Queens versus She Corporates at the IUIU campus in Kaboja. A good move here launched in by, that was a team Susan, tries to play in across. That was too much of a cross from a team Susan. Naluja Lixon to Nanzidi. Good defending from Kwatulira. Ball taken away again by Naluja. Thumps a long ball, tries to look for, that is Nandede. Cleared away by Nkumba Swabra and plays it back onto the goalkeeper. Mujide makes a quick clearance here, and this will be the chance here for the Kampala Queens for Kampala. Fans coming in from the She Corporates FC side to come and give in the support to the visiting team today in the FUFA Women's Super League. Goal kick here for Kampala Queens, Mugwide Prima. Starts the ball back onto Kwatulira. Takes the ball away. Dixon to Nande Designer for Kampala Queens. Played away by Sanyu onto the speed merchant. A team Susan. A team again. Finds space. A team with a cross in the goal area. And the ball taken away finally by Matama Damali. Looks on to Nandede Zaina. Ball taken away by Nagadia. A long one here. Nagadia for you. That was too much coming in from Nagadia. What a chance here for She Corporates FC. Had one game yesterday in the FUFA Women's Super League. Lady Doves beating Rines FC at the Kabaka Chabogo in Wachiso district. And of course this is the second game in match day number 9. That was Nagadia Naomi trying to find Nasongo. Long ball onto Nasongo, but finally this will be a throw-in here for Kampala Queens FC. A player by the names of Sanyu Judith will be taking on to this one for Kampala Queens. Looks on to Naluja Shamira. And again, finally, throw-in will be retaken at the IUIU in Kaboja. Judith Nasongo looks on to the captain Nagadia with the long pass here. Tries to find Number Tia. Number Tia missing out on that header onto the hands of the goalkeeper Mugide. She Corporates FC Nabomba Fiona tries to look for Number Tia, and Number Tia, the flag is up here finally for Number Tia favor. 4 minutes played at the IUIU in Kaboja in the FUFA Women's Super League. The game is between Kampala Queens and She Corporates. This is match day number 9 of the FUFA Women's Super League. Started away, Nkumba Swabra tries to look for Margaret Kunihira. Margaret again tries to cross that ball away. Looked onto the way into Throw in here for, rather that will be a corner for Kampala Queens FC. Games to be played, of course. Today, Kawempe Muslim taking on Olila. That will be tomorrow. And Toro Queens playing up against Shimaroons in Buhinga. Uganda Matters versus UCU Lady Cardinals tomorrow at the Lubaga campus. Kunihira Margaret with the corner here. A long one. Finds and a chance here. The goal! What a goal from the Kampala Queens. The first goal of the day from Nanziri Reste. What a chance, and finally the ball into the back of the net. In minute number 5, the Queens of Kampala are into the lead in the FUFA Women's Super League. Kampala Queens 1 and She Corporate 0. What a finish from Nanziri Reste. That was a very sweet finish here. The goalkeeper didn't know where the ball was heading onto. Daphne Nyayenga totally beaten. Kampala Queens 1. She Corporates 0 at the IUIU in Kaboja. Kampala Queens are busy enjoying their home advantage today in match day number 9. This is the FUFA Women's Super League. The Women League in Uganda. Nancy Reste gives the hosts a lead into this one. Kampala Queens 1, She Corporates 0. Sanyu Judith. What a great corner that came in from Margaret Kunihira. One of the top scorers, having 5 goals, of course. Looking on to Nanzidi. Ball played on to Nande Designer. Tries to find Sanyi Judith. And the ball blocked onto the way. The table leaders are trailing by 1-0 by the 7 that have been played at the IUIU in Kaboja. Bench here for the Kampala Queens FC, led by the coach Lutalo Hamza. Lilian Mtuzo, one of the faces, onto the bench today. The free kick here for Kampala Queens FC, Namuleme Zaina. She has been battling with an injury, but of course coming back onto the ground onto this season. And the skipper for today for Kampala Queens, Zaina. Long ball from Zaina, and finally onto the hands of Daphne Nyayenga. That was a simple fumble here from Daphne Nyayenga, but of course finally the ball was collected into Daphne Nyayenga's hands. Player that came in from Uganda Matters High School, Rubaga, and of course joining Lady Doves and playing into the Sekafa Zonal qualifiers. But of course Lady Doves didn't make it onto the way into the African Cup of Women's clubs in Africa. Of course, leaving on to Vihiga Queens from Kenya to make it the way from the Sekafa region. And then finally signing into a She Corporate FC. That's Daphne Nyayenga for you. Played for the under-17 national team for the ladies side. Margaret Kunihira tries to find space here for Kampala Queens again. On a turn, Margaret Kunihira. Sweet play here from Nakato Amina. Ball taken away by Namirimo Margaret.
Away from outside.
Get control, and again Naomi Nagadia. Nanziri with the touch. Naomi Nagadia again. Taken away by Namuleme Zaina. Tried to look for Nanziri. That was a too much coming in from the skipper Namuleme Zaina onto the hands of the goalkeeper Daphne Nyayenga. Approaching the 10 minutes into the first stanza here at the IUI in Kaboja. It's Kampala Queens 1, She Corporate 0. Goal that came in from Nanziri Reste. Free kick here for She Corporates FC. And a chance for She Corporates to look for an equalizer to make matters level onto the Kampala Queens FC, who are playing at home. Nabumba Fiona launches a long free kick into the goal area. Oh my! What a world from number tier favor. An equalizer onto the visitors, and what a goal for the She Corporates FC. This is the FUFA Women's Super League. The dreams for women football are coming better and better in Uganda. Dreams of brighter days in women football. A sweet goal coming in from Nabumba Fiona. And the goalkeeper Mugide again found into this one, having a touch onto that ball, and that was too much from Nabumba into the back of the net. 10 minutes played. It's one apiece at the IU in Cambodia. What a sweet goal coming in from Nabumba Fiona. And of course, she scored the lone goal that, of course, went on to win when they beat Toro Queens by a goal to nil. And that was match day number 8. The game that was played at the Mobs grounds. And again, Nabumba Fiona rising onto the occasion, finding an equalizer. Nandede, player found onto the ground here at the IU in Cambodia. Match day number 9, the FUFA Women's Super League, live on UBC. Nande designer player signed in from Shikataka. Again onto this foul. Chance here for a free kick to the home side. Kampala Queens FC. Naluja Shamira featured for the ladies side on the under 17 category and under 20. A good one. Tries to look on for Nanziri. Taken away by Nkumba Swabla. Naluja on the turn. Kwatulira. Good control from Namidemo Margaret. A long one here. Tries to look for Nasongo. Cleared away by Kwatulira. Back to the speed merchant. Atin Susan. Atim again for Shiko Press with a good cross. That was too much coming in from Atin Susan. One of the longest subbing players here for Shiko Press FC in the FUFA Women's Super League. Ball taken away here by Namiremo. Nanzi Reste. That is the gaffer for Kampala Queens, Lutalo Hanza. Nixon to Naluja. Good play here by Nagadia. Ibunyu Mariam. Ball taken away here by Naluja. And again a throw in here for Kampala Queens FC. That was Naluja Shamira versus Ibunyu Mariam. And a foul coming in from Ibunyu. A chance here again for Kampala Queens. A free kick here for Kampala Queens FC. Kwatulida Winifred. Coming on to this one. Kwatulida with the long one here. Headed away by Ibunyu. Lixon to Kasongo with the clearance. A heavy one here. And again, that was a street defending from Nabufu, Dokas. And a throw in here for the Shiko Press FC. A club that, of course, is affiliated to the Makerere University Business School in the FUFA Women's Super League. Back onto Atim Suzanne. Ball taken away here by Kunihida Margaret. Licked to by Nakato Amina. Find this way to Matama Damali. And again a poor control. Shiko Press on the break again here. What a chance here for a corner. Atim Suzanne winning a corner. That was poor communication coming in from the two defenders. Lukia Namubiru and Winfred Kwatulira. And again giving a chance on to the visitors to go in for this a sweet corner. But finally the referee says no way. This will be a goal kick onto the Kampala Queens FC. The Queens of Kampala. Mugide Prima starts the ball away onto Kwatulira Winfred. Onto the control bomba taken away by Nasongo. Cleared away here by Ibunyo. And the flag is up here onto the player by the names of Namba Tiafeva. 15 minutes played at the Islamic University in Uganda in Cambodia. In the FUFA Women's Super League, Kampala Queens 1, Shiko Press 1. Nabumba Fiona for Shiko Press, and of course, Reste Nanziri coming in here for the Kampala Queens FC. Ball taken away by Kwatulira. Finally cleared onto the ground. And a chance here for the offside flag is up here, and of course this will be a free kick here for She Corporates FC. Nkumba Swabla cleared away here by Namleme Zaina. Lecton 2 by Nanzi the rest. That was 2 for Kunihira. Cleared away by Nantongo. Onto a team for She Corporates. Good play here by Dokas Nabufu. Look here, clears that ball away onto Nakato Amina. Amina again, taken away by Namuleme Zaina. Blocked into by Nantongo onto the captain Nagadia Naume. What a clearance coming in from Kwatulila. And again the referee has something to say around the center of the park. Referee for today, Nachi Bombotina. And we'll be going into this one in the FUFA Women's Super League. This would be a restart here for this game again. Nabumba Fiona plays the long one in the goal area, and again the goalkeeper onto the save here. Mugide Prima finding a challenge in getting away the long range balls from Nabumba Fiona again for the second time. A corner again here for She Corporates FC. A team Suzanne onto this one. Hassan Issa the gaffer for She Corporates. A team with a corner and a header lifted away finally by the goalkeeper Mugide Prima. Mugide cleared away by Nantongo. Three near for She Corporates FC. Nakato Amina. Long one from Namule Mezana, tries to find Nanziri. Great intervention here by Nantongo. Finally, the ball is out of the field of play. Nabu Fudokas takes it on for Kampala Queens FC. Nakato looks on to a team. That is Mugide for you, the goalkeeper for Kampala Queens. Nakato featured for the She Corporates in the FUFA Women's Super League that were played at the Fatakinico Center in Njeu. Nabumba Fiona again on a turn is number tier. What a quick play here from the defender Kwatulira, and this will be a corner here again for She Corporates FC. She Corporates trying to push harder and harder for number 2 before half time. Corner here for She Corporates FC. Islamic University in Uganda. A team Suzanne with a fine corner taken away by Narujia, played back onto Nagadia Naume. Nantongo Sise dropped into Nabufu. Margaret Kunihira, sweet player from the right back. Nakato Amina, quick player, not giving time to that dangerous player by the names of Kunihira Margaret. Coming in from Kawempe Muslim into Kampala Queens for you, that is Kunihira Margaret. On a turn, taken away by Matama Damali and played back onto Nagadia. Nasonga again. Matama Damali. Namuleme with the touch. Nalujia. Sweet ball from Nalujia. That was too much here from Nalujia, trying to find Nande Designer, who is a bit quiet into this game. Nabumba again tries to take in a long ball here, tries to find a team. And again onto the hands of the goalkeeper Mugide. Taken away by Kwatulida. Tries to find, that was Kunihira. Sweet play, sweet turn here from Nabumba again onto a team. Played it back onto Nabumba again. And again onto Atim Susan. Finds time. A long cross from Atim. Onto the stanchion here, and a chance here for Shiko Prince again. And again, Kampala Queens survive onto the 20th minute mark at the IUI in Kaboja. What a chance here for Shiko Prince FC, the table leaders. That was a great chance coming in from Atim Susan. Started away by Mogede onto Lukiana Mobedu, who has been brought back and placed into that center half position for Kampala Queens, but known to be one of the best midfielders in the FUFA Women's Super League. Played for Ajax Queens. Matama Damali launches a fine ball, taken away by Nkumba. And then to Sanyu, great play by Nantongo. Gritania onto Nasonge. Naomi Nagadia. Fine pass here, tries to find number Tia Fevone Tran. And number Tia again for Shiko Prince. Number Tia. Nabumba Fiona. Dodges one. Plays it back onto Naomi. A long ball from Naomi. Great defending from Kwatu leader. Taken away again here by Nabumba. Lays the ball back onto Atim. Susan for Shiko Prince. Atim again with a fine cross. But finally, the ball was out of the field of play. Great chance again for Shiko Prince FC. Pressing hard and hard onto the home side Kampala Queens. What a chance here for Shiko Prince. 21 minutes played at the IUI in Kaboja in the FUFA Women's Super League. It's Kampala Queens 1, Shiko Prince 1. This is match day number 9. That was a fine cross from Atim Susan. Atim Susan still giving very hard time onto the broadcast. Shamira controls the center of the park, cleared away by Ibunyu Mariam. And again, found to the skipper for Shiko Prince Nagada Naomi by Matama Damali, and the referee was on to this spot. Referee shows Matama Damali the first caution of this game. Goes on to the Queens of Kampala, that is Matama Damali. That was a reckless play onto Nagadia Naomi. Taken away here. Tries to find number Tia Favor. Ball played back. Kunihira grabs the ball away. Kunihira again. Tries to find space. Onto Nagadia. Tries to find number Tia. Play the ball back onto Matama. Cleared away. Great play from Nantongo. Great defending here. Ball onto Namuleme Zaina. Nasongo on a turn here for Shiko Prince FC. But finally, an advantage here to the Queens of Kampala. Sanyu Judith tries to find Nandede, but Nandede was just caught off guard onto that one. Number 2, Nasonge. That is the local confirmation onto Matama Damali for Kampala Queens FC. Matama again. Ball taken away by Nantongo. Ball on to Namuleme. Nabumba on a turn. Nabumba again. Tries to control the midfield for today. A long one. Looking for Atim Susan. A great intervention here by Nabufu Dokas. A great play here from Dokas Nabufu. The second assistant, Nasolo Elizabeth. That was a switch run coming in from a team onto Nabufu Dokas here for the Kampala Queens. And again, a chance here to take this one on. "24 minutes played at the IUI in Kaboja. Shiko Prince are leading by 20 points out of the games they played. Of course, there are 8 games. Kampala Queens sitting second with 15 points in only 8 games that have been played. And UCU sitting number 3 on only 14 points. They will be playing Uganda Matters High School Rubaga, who are sitting number 4 with only 10 points out of the 6 they have played in the FUFA Women's Super League. For this edition, Kampala Muslim, and a chance again here for onto Nasongo for She Corporates FC. 10 teams, of course, into the contention for this league. Of course, the champion will be going into the Sekafa zonal qualifiers, and the 2 will be relegated into the FUFA Women Elite League. And of course, as per now, Rines and of course Shimaroons are lying number 9 and 10 respectively. Shiko Press FC bench looking on to the proceedings for this game. Back into the game, Nabumba. Reste Nanziri fouled by Nagadia. Now made a free kick here for the Kampala Queens in the center of the park. Lukia Namubiru coming into for this one. A long one from Nambiru Lukia, tries to look for Nanziri. Great play here by Nkumba. And the flag was up onto Namba Tiafeva, who is having 4 goals onto her name before coming into this game. Namba Tiafeva. Namubiru Lukia played for Ajax Queens. A team that is playing, of course, into the FUFA Women Elite League. And again, this will be another chance here for the Kampala Queens FC with the free kick. Naluja would be the one of the players looked on to for this situation. Margaret Kunihira and of course Nanzi rested to mention but a few. Namuleme Zaina, the skipper. That is the defender Sanyu Judith taking a sip of water for only 27 minutes played in Kaboja in the FUFA Women's Super League. A free kick and a chance here for Kampala Queens to grab away another very, very cardinal opportunity. This is Naluja, known for taking some pieces. Naluja with a chance. What a save from the goalkeeper Nyayenga Duffin. Nanzi again. A great defending here from the defender Ibunyu Mariam. What a chance here for the Queens of Kampala. Naluja again tries to find space. Dribbles one, ball taken away by Ibunyu. Poorly cleared away onto Naluja, onto the ground. Looks on to Nandede. Nandede again finds Namuleme with the pass here, taken away finally. And Namuleme fouled onto the ground. So Naluja fouled onto the ground for Kampala. That was a great chance here for Kampala Queens. And Nyayenga Duffin player for Kampala Queens onto the ground. This is Naluja Shamira. Medical team called onto the pitch to give some medical attention onto the player that has featured for Kawempe Muslim, and not forgetting the national teams. That was the under 17, and not forgetting the under 20. That is Naluja Shamira for you. This is the first season for that is playing for a Kampala Queens FC in the FUFA Women's Super League. Wondering on how Naluja is carrying on to this one on the first day of the Ramadan period. One of the Muslim players into this game for today. And we will say a happy Ramadan unto you, all the Muslim fraternity. A free kick here, other ball restarted. Played back onto the goalkeeper Mugide. Ball played onto the hands of the goalkeeper Mugide. Brought back, looks on to Nanzidi. Great run from Nanzidi.
Well done, Maggie.
Nandede fall onto the ground, and the free kick here for Kampala Queens. She Corporates FC committing fouls around the forbidden area. They would be much careful between now onto the 10 that have been remaining on to the half-time mark, and a chance here for Kampala Queens to grab away something out of this. Naluja Shamirura, player coming on to this one for Kampala Queens FC again. Naluja, sweet one, and again a header! What a goal from Nande Designer. Player coming in from Mbale, and the player coming in from the hills of Mbale finds the back of the net here for the home side. Kampala Queens are leading by 2-1. That was a sweet and fine delivery from Naluja Shamira. Look at this. The defender Abunyu missing to head that ball away and finding Nandede in a very fine position. That was a simple header, but unknowingly. But of course, finally into the back of the net. 2 Queens of Kampala and 1 She Corporates FC in the FUFA Women's Super League. Nandede. Officials coming in from the football house. Deo Mutabazi, chairman, Uganda Beach Soccer Association in Uganda. One of the officials attending on to this one. MC Ivano Team, one of the managers, onto the Kampala Queens FC, also in attendance. I know he's now onto that pressure, but of course he's leading onto this moment. Naluja. And again Nandede. Split player she is. Nandede again. Ball taken away onto Atin Suzanne. Atim again. Atim finds space with a fine cross here. Tries to find Nabomba. Ball taken away again by Nandede. Cleared away by Ibunyu. Sanyu. Ball taken away onto from Kunihira Margaret. Nanzidi Netan. Rested Nanzidi here for Kampala Queens. Rested. Back onto Kunihira with a fine play taken away by Sanyu. Not away. Nagadia.
Tupate. Come for the ball. Press. Well done, sister. Magineta!
Chance here for Kunihira Margaret. Ball taken away here for Nabomba Fiona. With the clearance, a long one. Kwatulia Winfred finding pressure. Number 5 and finally cleared away. Nagadia Naomi with the clearance. Remaining with only 10 minutes to play in the FUFA Women's Super League. This is the first stanza. A long cross from Atin Suzanne and cleared away. It's on to Nambatia Favor. Nambatia again, Favor shoots. Nande Designer. Namuleme Zaina with a poor clearance. Nambatia Favor onto this header. But finally into the hands of the goalkeeper Mugide, taking his time onto that ground. FC Toro Queens are one of the new entrants into the FUFA Women's Super League. And not forgetting Ashimaroons beating Arenas FC in that sweet final of the FUFA Women Elite League and making their way as Sporting into the FUFA Women's Super League for this edition. Great chance here for Naluja. Nabumba with the touch, taken away by a team Suzanne. Brought back by Naomi Agnagadia. Namuleme Zaina. Reston Nanzidi. Mebo takes the ball away. Tries to find the best of Nabo Fudokas. And finally, great defending from Namirimo Margaret. Reston Nanzidi on turn. Again Reston. Crossing that ball, but of course finally out of the field of play. Kampala Queens trying to look for the top position, and of course they will be putting some pressure onto Shikofrets, who are sitting number 1. That's if they win the game today. Kampala Queens will be going on to 18 points, and there will be only 2 points adrift the table leaders. Namirimo with the clearance from Ashi Corporates. On the control is Nambatia Favor. Listen to Nabumba Fiona. Taken away by Nabufu Dokas, but poorly. Taken away onto Nasonge for Shiko Press. Nasonga with the cross. And finally into the hands of the goalkeeper Mogide. But of course, the flag was finally raised on to Namubedu Lukia. Taken away here by Sanyo. Ball played on to Nande Designer. Great play here from Nande, one of the pacey players in the FUFA Women's Super League. Great defending here from Ibunyu. Ibunyu finding it hard to contain Nande. Finally, Sanyo Judis throwing here for Ashi Corporates FC. Namiri texting the ball away onto Namuleme Zaina. Namuleme Zaina again. Sanyu with the touch. Nabufu plays the ball onto for an advantage. This will be a throw-in here for Ashi Corporates. Fans here for Ashi Corporates coming in from Makerere University Business School to come and support their home team. A long one from Nabumba. Finally fouled onto this one in the free kick again for Shiko Prates FC. Kayempe Muslim would be hosting Olila FC tomorrow at 3 p.m. And not forgetting Uganda Matters High School Luaga playing up against UCU Lady Cardinals again tomorrow at 3 p.m. at the Luaga grounds. That would be one of the games to watch tomorrow in the FUFA Women's Super League. And of course a sweet one from the Fort Portal side, Toro Queens hosting Shimaroons at the Buhinga Stadium again in the FUFA Women's Super League. Hassan Issa, the gaffer here for Shiko Press FC, and his assistants, of course, trying to devise means of getting an equalizer before we go into the halftime here. A corner from a team taken away by Namuleme. The ball onto Nandede Zaina. Gretania from Nandede. Looks on to Naluja for Kampala Queens. With the long pass here from Naluja. Tries to look for Nanziri. The goalkeeper Daphne Nyayenga onto the collision with the player. Great passing from Naluja, but finally I knew and I saw this coming. Nanziri and Nyayenga Daphne, rather Kunihira and Nyayenga Daphne colliding onto the occasion, and the medical team onto the pitch to come into this situation. But of course, Kampala Queens are still leading by 2-1 with only 5 minutes to play in the first stanza here at the IUKU in Kaboja. You know, this will be one of the best moments here for the Gaffers to talk on to their players before we head back into action. Look here, Namubidu and Kwatulira Winfred. Margaret Kunira, top scorer for Kampala Queens with 5 goals. This would be, the prayer would be that Margaret Kunira comes on back onto her feet. One of the players that Kampala Queens are looking on to make this happen. That was Daphne Nyayenga would be getting the restart here. To be a free again here for She Corporates FC. Daphne Nyayenga taking her time. Margaret Kunihira taken off the pitch, and probably the prayer is for Kampala Queens official, and of course at the fellow players that she comes back onto his feet, and a foul onto Atin Suzania. This will be a free kick here for She Corporates FC, and again the medical team for She Corporates. Referee comes on to where the spot where the foul was committed. The yellow card onto Nabufu Dokas, a left back here for Kampala Queens. Second yellow card for the game. Nabufu Dokas, a player yellow carded here for Kampala Queens. And again, a chance here for She Corporates FC. Remaining with only 3 minutes to play into the first 45 at the IUIU in Kaboja. A long one from She Corporates. And finally, with a small farmer, but of course, takes the ball away. That is Mugide. Prima for you, the first choice goalkeeper here for Kampala Queens. Naluja looks onto tries to find Sanyi Judith, and finally a chance here for Kampala Queens to make away with a throw-in. Nabufu yellow carded again for Kampala Queens. The second caution that has gone on to the home team today. Margaret Kunhira back onto her feet. Naluja with a fine cross header, missed out onto this occasion. What a chance here for the Queens of Kampala. Daphne Nyayenga launches a long ball here, tries to look for number Favor, and the goalkeeper off her line. That is tricky, and of course that is a bit risky. Onto Mogide Prima. Nanziri Resti. That was an unpin, of course, onto the player, and a free kick that would go on the visitor side, remaining with only seconds to play. Ibunyu Atim, taken away by Kunihira. Naluja, Gretania from the Queens. Ball played back. Naminemo Margaret. Britannia from Naminimo. Tries to find Nabumba. Takes the ball away onto Sanyo. Sanyo again with a fine ball. Launched onto around the goal area. But finally guarded away by the goalkeeper, Mugide Prima. The goal kick here for Kampala Queens FC. On to the 45-minute mark in Kaboja. Nambiru Lukia. Namuleme controls. Taken away by Nabumba. Launches a long ball. Tries to look for Nambatia. Nambatia. Cleared away by Isanyu. And again by Kwatulira. Finally. Team Susan for Shiko Pretz. Susanna team. Nabumba Fiona again. Takes the ball away. Nabumba Fiona. Plays the ball back onto Sanyu. Sanyu onto Atim. Atim again for Shiko Pretz. Atim on a turn. Atim crosses. Looked away here by Nabufu. Sanyu. Nasonge cleared away by Namuleme. Namuleme clears the ball away from danger. And the referee, Nachibombo Tina, blows the halftime whistle to end the proceedings from the IU Kaboja in the FUFA Women's Super League. This is Kampala Queens into the lead. Goals coming in, and sweet goals coming in from Nanzi Reste and Nande Desire. Not forgetting Shiko Pretz scoring a beauty that came in from a set piece, and that was Nabumba Fiona for the Shiko Pretz. Shiko Pretz at half time trailing by 2-1.
Well, if you've not enjoyed this first half of football, then you'll never enjoy any in the world, because the girls are simply awesome. They're playing football very, very tactically astute. Fifi, do you say no?
No, I can't say no. Yeah.
Carry it on.
I think it's a 50-50 encounter. You can call it end-to-end. Shiko Pretz are known for always playing football on the ground, that free passing football. I think, I don't know, you can see they are playing with a lot of tension. They are not yet settled. I cannot tell what really happened, but seems KQ has won the first half battle. Talk about the goals, all the 3 goals in terms of set pieces. We had one from a Margaret Kunhira corner, that is Reston Nanzi executing so well. There was a dummy in there which talks about a good game reading from Kampala Queens en route to scoring that goal. Then their second goal itself, Shamila Naluja being outstanding, not doing a lot, but being exceptional in executing the dead ball situations for Kampala Queens. And I think for me, she's been an outstanding player. Miga, the goalkeeper for KQ, always very busy.
Migude.
Yeah, Migude, sorry. I don't know why I call her Migade. Always very busy, but she cooperates. I don't know, you can see they are not yet they are not playing their A game. I don't know, is it because the players they are missing, but you see there is no cohesion, they are not syncing, they are fidgeting somehow, somewhere. You can see a team trying to go to both wings to try get something. Their defense being caught off guard, that is why we had the goals. Now that is the first goal from Reston Nanziri.
But it was a splendid execution.
Yeah.
Michael Senfumalu, the lad who usually works with us here, still talks about time and again, reminds the Ugandan football coach, Micho, our friend Mulitin, that he needs to tell the boys to watch the girls. That execution, Fifi, was not a chance thing.
Yeah.
That Reston Naziri goal was one for the textbook.
She knew where she was placing the ball, I think, for me. But great for them. They're at home. Against UCU, she cooperates were led and then came back.
That is the equalizer.
That is the equalizer.
We talked about that name quite a lot in the build-up to this game. Fiona Nabomba, and of course, she put the cards where the money is. Goalkeeping is a big problem. Remember, even while we were doing the FUFA Women's Super League and the FUFA Women's Elite League the other season, Coach Majida kept telling us that goalkeeping in Uganda, women's football is the Achilles heel, and it's been evident. Throughout his even established goalkeeper Daphne Nyayenga guilty in the first half of thinking she failed to attack the ball, yet you thought if she had attacked the ball maybe she would have rescued, especially the second goal. For
me again, it's a poor game reading for the defenders, because not at all do they at one time rise up to see if they can read the flight of the ball very well. You realize that all three goals there have been mistakes in defense, but more so she cooperates because they are guilty. They have conceded two, and almost in the same manner. That is Shamila Naluja failing to get that one in, but the second one was well executed. You realize that she's been exceptional in the free kicks, putting a lot of power, very good direction on the ball. And again, Reston Nanziri also not disappointing, always attacking when she has the chance. That is
the free kick that led to goal number 2 for the Kampala Queens, the team playing at home. That is their home ground down there at the IU Islamic University in Uganda, Kaboja campus, where these lads play. If you've talked about she cooperates for you not playing quite as their name actually suggests, as table toppers. By the way, remind Ugandans, they are table toppers on 20 points coming into this.
Yes.
They have not lost a game. This is, of course, they have been at deficit in many games, especially 2 games they came from behind to win. And Fifi, I'll tell you something. Uganda out there watching, and Fifi, my colleague here in studio, that she cooperates are at their most dangerous best when they are trailing. I've seen them twice come up against very established sides. Lady Doves, they came from a goal down and 1-2-1, and against UCU that had that girl, Hasfa Nasuna, she was simply tipped on the day. She did things that a few guys actually do in men's football.
My friend Bana normally loves to call her Messi, though when he does that.
She's the only one in Uganda she's the only one in Uganda, including men.
Who does what?
Who is not questioned when putting on shirt 10. If shirt 10 is in reference to Diego Armando Maradona.
Have you seen Fazila Ikwaput?
I've seen Fazila, but Fazila is not as fleet-footed. She's fleet-footed.
The girl who left KQ, that is MVP in quotes for me.
Fazila
Have you seen her play?
No, Fifi, there is no player in Ugandan women football or in Ugandan football who excites.
I know you.
Like
interested and excited. I know.
No. Vivi, it's a fact of life.
No, she's good, but please
she's not
don't
good.
exaggerate.
Fauzia is good. Ikwaput is good.
She's excellent.
She's awesome.
That is Hasfana Suda for you. For
Yeah, no, I'm glad by the way she's a student. She went
UCU.
back to school, and she went back to school like many other girls have. A couple of them, some of them have failed to go back to school, but Hasfana Suna is a student down at Uganda Coastal University, and she's pursuing journalism like actually I. And it's good for us to get such people to come here and sit.
Yeah, because by the way,
football.
I think actually that would be a breakthrough, because not even women players, even the male this side, most of them are very shy. The confidence levels are low. So you realize if she does that, because even herself at first, she used to be this shy person. Remember at one time she came and didn't come up to studios. But if you're saying she's pursuing that, I think it is good for them, and they'll be doing this kind of jobs because these are theirs. And most so hopefully she doesn't go into coaching, because pursuing journalism and then going into coaching, but you never know, because life has a ton of events. Talking about the game proper, Barnes, going back to Kampala Queens may not pass the ball like she cooperates, but what they have done is they have done what every team does. Try to go for those goals, try to take advantage. When you get the set pieces, execute them. That is giving Shamia Naruja the role. But again, you could see that they were pressing so high, and always tight marking, because if you don't tight mark, she cooperates and let the wingers lose, that means that they will come through and bring in those crosses for the strikers like Favor to come and hurt you. But Kampala Queens have been okay. The problem is, for them, can they emulate that in the second half?
Yeah, that is it. And against a team that is known, in especially this season, to come from behind, she cooperates. They are really, I don't know what Coach Hassan Issa is telling them in the dressing room, but they know that history favors them actually. They've come from behind against very well-established teams. Of course, Kampala Queens lately is in position number 2, and it's one of those that is well established, but they know how to find their way around it. But the problem today is they have no bench. In the past, Rona Nanteke, if available, played earlier than Grace Nasongo, but now the bench.
She cooperates. Yeah, there is a Sharon Faith Epon, a Whisper Patricia Alono, Fauzia Linda, Immaculate Twisingire, Gift Nasasira, Anita Arinda. If you've been following women football, you would not call this a very rich bench. But then the coach has no options. At one time, he has to shift. First of all, bring back the confidence in the team, because for me, I'm seeing a team that probably expected a lot and want to do a lot, but have failed to execute. So they need to first of all settle, realize that they're playing a team that they cannot match in lots of things, but you can try to take the game, and then have that confidence that at one time you can come back like you came back against Lady Doves and UCU. So at one point, for me, I think that Daniela Favor needs to be very mobile up front, and then try to use the chances they need to have, because when you look at the Naume Nagadias, they are trying, but again, Kampala Queens is pressing so high and always bringing in those balls. The high balls are giving the defenders a high time. That is why we've seen so much action in the box of She Cooperates, and always calling Daphne Nyarenga, because at one time we did collide, because the defenders failed to clear and she had to come into play to clear the ball away. So for the coach, Mr. Yusuf Issa Hassan, I believe he has a lot of work. First of all, to decide on who is going to come on and to change what at the moment. Otherwise, they seem, for me, second best to Kampala Queens. But like you said, one goal is enough to bring them back into this game.
Yeah, and of course, for Lutalo Hamza, he has the luxury of Lydian Mutuzo. Lydian Mutuzo usually a starter, but I think what has affected them throughout the season is they've lacked a player who comes off the bench and actually influences things for them. Now they are in the lead. I don't know whether Coach Hamza can decide to bring on the luxury of Lydian Mutuzo.
I think you can. First of all, we know her. She doesn't fear any opponent. She will come in to try dribble past any opponent. That is 1, 2. If she joins the team when it is still winning, you come into a team that just wants to add a goal that will prove a killer instinct to their opponents. She doesn't need pressure, because she's just also, like we said, developing from a youth to that standout player that you want. Because any day, Lillian, for those who have watched her in the schools tournament, those who watched her in Tebe, she's one person who wants to be given the freedom to play, and I believe Hamza can do that. So if she came in, then that means that the players up front will have luxury of creativity from her, which she's best at. And then at one time, she also shoots at goal. So that is also a problem for the She Cooperates team. Yeah,
Fifi, outside of the corner kick, the set piece that gave Kampala Queens a goal, Amina Nakato has pocketed Margaret Kunihira.
Yes.
Can she do it for the entirety of the game?
Yeah, but I think she's a hard nut to crack. She's very hard. You
stubborn.
just easily cannot go through her. Yeah, Margaret Kunihira also realizes. That's why I saw her at one time trying to shift from left to right, because she's right-footed. She would normally want to, but then the coach probably wants her to either cut in all the time and shoot. And if she fails this one, sometimes you see those players changing positions for better freedom. But again, sometimes you come up with better tactics to see how you can go past Amina Nakato. But like you said, Amina Nakato has always that if they tell you to name your first round team of the season, your team for the first round, I think Amina Nakato will take up that right back position. She's been outstanding, and so far her and one other player operating on the left have been the
Ibunyu.
Yeah,
She's called Ibunyu.
I think have been the best two players for She Corporates.
And of course, the women's football continues. There was a game yesterday in the FUFA Women Super League. Toro Queens lost to Lady Doves 2-1. Action will continue tomorrow. They talk about a girl called Grace Aluka. Grace Aluka is in town. Her team, Olida, is up here to play against Kawempe tomorrow in Kawempe Senior Secondary School. There will be Muslim Senior Secondary School. There will be some football down there for you. There will be football still in Toro. I know guys watching in Toro. What's his name?
Cool.
Josh Falcon. He must be watching. Toro is up against Shimaroons.
I thought you were going to talk about Smart Obed. That is it.
So there's that Toro against Shimaroons. And of course, Uganda Matters High School is going to play against Uganda Lady Cardinals. That is going to be a big game of football. Fifi has told you that Haspana Suna is not a great player. If you stay in the areas of Kampala, just make your way to Uganda Matters High School, and you see a person, a girl who plays football with a smile on her face and is not bothered by anyone around her.
Buns, please don't get the public to get me wrong. Hasfa is outstanding, but you're over-exaggerating. Yeah, I've seen Hasfa feed the Sandra Nabuteme. I've seen her stand out in a season alone, score very many goals, by the way. She's Uganda's all-time goal scorer. Even at club level, she scored very many goals for Kawempe Muslims. At UC, of course, not so many. But like I said, Buns, don't over-exaggerate. We need a lot from Hasfa. The moment you praise her time and again, because for me, my dream for Hasfa is not to play in Uganda anymore. Hasfa should be following the likes of Sandra, others to go and play abroad, because she's past playing in Uganda.
Okay, as it stands at halftime in this top of the table clash, it's 20 points for She Corporates and 18 for Kampala Queens. Fifi, She Corporates can't be feeling right. Yeah,
they can't be feeling right, and I believe they can force an equalizer. From the equalizer, that is when we'll see Kampala Queens, like I said, still have the set pieces to their side because they have executed, they have grown in confidence and can try to use that to drive for another goal. For the She Corporates, it's putting their house in order, trying to play their game. Let them pass the ball, because when they pass the ball, believe me, and you have Amina pocketing Margaret Kunihira, then you'll have Kampala Queens lose out options on what to do next. She Corporates, the other thing is, let them also try to execute the set pieces, because we've seen them drive and failing to be lethal in the final third of the pitch. How can they change that? Because we've seen the goalkeepers, both of them, Moso Migude, she's been catching every ball that was coming, but then we've not seen them try to shoot from a distance. Let them try that, because they've got girls with muscles who can actually do that. Then organize your defense. Do not give out spaces for Kampala Queens to try and endanger you. So for me, I think, by the way, John Barnes, I may not say outright that they may come back, but I feel they may score another goal, and then we'll have a different kind of competition after that.
Yeah, Fifi, the teams have walked back onto that turf at the Kaboja Islamic University in Uganda campus field. Talk to me about the captains of the two teams. There's Shamira Naluja and Naomi Nagadia. For me, Naomi has been a little silent in the first half.
Yeah, Naomi has been a little silent, and Shamila, even when she's not captain, we've seen her on the Crested Cranes team. She has always been that player that talks, commands, very imposing. You would see that there are some set pieces where you'd think she would leave it, but she's taking all of them and always starting the plays for team, dictating tempo. As a captain, you need to have that commanding punch. She's done that. For Naomi, I think she's been a little laid back, but I told you it's not her problem alone. The whole team is a little down. So I believe from whatever the coach is telling those players, it means that they need to raise their game. They need to raise their tempo. The team that play better than what they have shown us in the first half.
Okay, the referee, Madam Tina Christine Nakibombo, is on standby, as is our colleague Lawrence Bwanika. That is the voice that is coming through from Kaboja IUIU campus. See you at the end of 90.
Yes, Philip. Welcome back to Islamic University in Uganda, found in Kaboja. Of course, this is the FUFA Women's Super League. This is the FUFA Women's Super League. The second stanza. And of course, Kampala Queens are still into that lead against Shiko Prets. The ties between one of the teams that of course is leading on to 20 points. And not forgetting Shiko Prets sitting number 2 with only 15 points out of the games that have been played. Those are 8 games in the FUFA Women's Super League. And right about now, we are underway with referee Nachibombo Tina, and again Shiko Prets playing from left to right, donned in that white black jersey, and Kampala Queens playing from right to left. That was Naluja Shamira trying to make a run, and the referee says let's just go on with the business, but the player Naluja Shamira lying onto the ground. This was the chance. Naluja makes that nutmeg onto that player by the names of Namirimu, and Naluja finally Namirimu makes an impede onto the Kampala Queens midfielder. This is the second stanza of the FUFA Women's Super League match day number 9. The only game that has been played on a Saturday. We'll be having a couple of games tomorrow that will be played on different venues. Kawempe Muslim playing up against Olila Hills at the Kawempe grounds. That would be a sweet game to watch in the FUFA Women's Super League. And not forgetting Uganda Matters High School Lubaga hosting UCU Lady Cardinals, the finalists of last year of the last edition of the FUFA Women's Super League, that of course went on to lose to Lady Doves by 2-1 at the FUFA Technical Center in Nigeru. And not forgetting Toro Queens hosting Shimaroons, one of the new entrants. That was a strict move that came in from Naluja. The referee would be Namuleme, gives a hand onto Naluja Shamira for you there. The referee will be going in for a restart onto this one. Division 1 onto the women's side in Uganda. Not forgetting